My child, listen to me. I know the weight you are carrying. I know the silent tears you wipe when no one sees. I know the questions that echo in your heart at night, the fears that rise like waves when you are alone, the weariness that settles into your soul when answers seem delayed. Yet, I say to you now, your hope is not fragile, and your future is not uncertain, because your hope is anchored in me. I am not the kind of God who offers empty comfort. I do not speak words that fade like mist in the morning. When I place hope inside you, it is not a temporary feeling. It is a living anchor. An anchor does not stop the storm, but it keeps the ship from drifting. In the same way, hope in me does not mean you will never face trouble, but it means you will never be lost in it. The waves may rise, the winds may roar, the darkness may thicken, but your soul will remain held fast, because it is tied to my unchanging nature. You have felt as though life has shaken you from every side. You have wondered how much more you can endure. You have asked why the answers are slow, why the breakthrough delays, why the promise seems distant. But I tell you, even now, that delay is not denial, and silence is not absence. While you are waiting, I am working. While you are standing still, I am moving behind the scenes. While you feel forgotten, you are being carefully prepared. Hope is the whisper I place in your heart that says, this is not the end. It is the quiet strength that rises when everything visible tells you to give up. It is the holy confidence that refuses to agree with despair. Hope is not wishful thinking. It is trust rooted in my character. It is believing that I am who I say I am, and that I will do what I have promised, even when the road between now and then is long. My child, I am the anchor of your soul, because I do not change. People may fail you. Situations may shift. Emotions may rise and fall like tides. But I remain the same, yesterday, today, and forever. When your feelings tell you that you are weak, I tell you that my strength is made perfect in your weakness. When your past tells you that you are broken, I tell you that I am making all things new. When your present tells you that you are stuck, I tell you that I am the God who opens doors no one can shut. You are not holding on to hope by your own power alone. I am holding you. I am the one who keeps you from sinking when your faith feels small. I am the one who steadies you when your heart trembles. I am the one who lifts your eyes when you are tempted to look only at the storm. Just as I held Peter when he began to sink in the waves, I am holding you now. The water may be deep, but my hand is deeper. There are moments when your mind is crowded with what ifs. What if it never changes? What if it gets worse? What if I am not strong enough? But I speak a different what if into your spirit. What if this trial is shaping you for glory you cannot yet imagine? What if this season of waiting is building roots that will support the weight of the blessing to come? What if the very thing that tried to break you is the tool I am using to make you unshakable? Hope anchored in me is not shaken by time. It is not weakened by delay. It is not destroyed by opposition. The enemy may try to convince you that your prayers are unheard, that your efforts are wasted, that your faith is foolish. But I see every tear you have sown, and I promise you, there is a harvest coming. You will reap in joy what you have sown in faith. You will laugh again. You will breathe freely again. You will stand and testify that I am faithful. I know that sometimes your heart feels tired of believing. You have trusted and trusted again, and still the mountain stands. But remember, my timing is not careless, and my ways are not random. I am not slow. I am precise. I am aligning people, moments, and purposes in ways you cannot yet see. When the door finally opens, you will understand why it could not have opened sooner. My child, do not measure your future by your present pain. Do not define your destiny by your current struggle. What you see now is only one page in a much greater story. I am the author, and I do not write hopeless endings. I write redemption. I write restoration. I write beauty from ashes and joy from mourning. I write strength where there was weakness, and light where there was darkness. Hope anchored in me is the assurance that even if the path is steep, you will not walk it alone. I go before you, I walk beside you, I surround you. When you are too tired to pray, I intercede for you. When you are too weak to stand, I carry you. When your words fail, my spirit speaks on your behalf with groanings too deep for words. There will be days when you feel the storm more than you feel me, but do not confuse feeling with truth. I am with you whether you feel me or not. I am working whether you see me or not. I am faithful whether circumstances agree or not. Your hope is not anchored in emotion, it is anchored in my promise. I am teaching you to rest in me. Not because the storm has stopped, but because you know the one who commands the storm. I am teaching you to trust. Not because you understand everything, but because you know my heart. A child rests in the arms of a loving father, even when the road is rough, because the child knows he is safe. In the same way, rest your soul in me. Let my peace guard your heart and mind. My beloved, there is a future I have prepared for you that is filled with purpose, with peace, with impact, and with joy. The enemy wants you to believe that your best days are behind you, but I tell you that your best days are ahead of you. What I have planted in you will yet bloom. What I have promised you will yet come to pass. What I have begun in you, I will surely complete. Hold on to hope. Not the kind of hope that depends on perfect circumstances, but the kind that clings to my unchanging faithfulness. Let your soul be anchored in the truth that I am good, I am present, and I am in control. Even when the waves rise high, your anchor holds. Even when the night seems long, the morning is coming. Even when your strength feels gone, my strength remains. I am your hope when you feel hopeless. I am your light when you walk through shadows. I am your peace when your heart is restless. I am your anchor when everything else seems to shift. Trust me, my child. I am leading you. I am keeping you. And I am bringing you safely to the place I have prepared for you. And when you look back, you will see that every storm you survived, every tear you shed, every prayer you whispered in the dark was not wasted. It was all shaping you, strengthening you, and drawing you closer to me. Your story will become a testimony of my faithfulness, and your life will declare to the world that hope in me never disappoints. So be still, breathe, lift your eyes. Your anchor is secure, your future is safe. Your God is with you, and I will never ever let you go. My child, even now as you listen, I am strengthening the cord that ties your heart to mine. I am deepening the place where your hope is anchored, far below the surface of your emotions, far below the shifting sands of circumstances, into the unmovable rock of who I am. Storms may still come, but they will not uproot what I have planted. Waves may still rise, but they will not carry you away. For your life is not fastened to uncertainty. It is fastened to my eternal purpose. There are seasons when you feel as though you are merely surviving, not living, merely enduring, not rejoicing. Yet even in those seasons, I am forming something within you that cannot be formed in comfort alone. I am teaching your soul how to lean, how to trust, how to rest its full weight upon me. An anchor is tested by the storm, not by calm waters. And in the same way, your hope is being proven genuine, strong, and unbreakable, not by ease, but by endurance. I see how you have stood when it would have been easier to walk away. I see how you have believed when it would have been simpler to surrender to doubt. I see how you have prayed when answers seemed distant and heaven felt silent. Do not think these moments are unnoticed. Each act of trust is precious to me. Each whisper of faith is heard. Each tear you have cried in my presence is gathered, and not one of them will be without meaning. You wonder sometimes if you are growing at all, if you are moving forward, if anything is truly changing. But growth in the soul is often quiet. Roots grow in darkness before fruit appears in the light. What you cannot yet see, I am already building. What you cannot yet feel, I am already strengthening. What you cannot yet understand, I am already weaving together for good. Hope anchored in me is not loud or boastful. It is steady. It does not need to shout to prove its existence. It simply holds. When everything around you trembles, it remains. When others are swept away by fear, it stands firm. When logic says, there is no way, hope says, with God, all things are possible. This is the kind of hope I have placed within you, not a fragile thread, but a strong cable fastened to my promises. Remember who I am. I am the one who parted the sea when there was no road. I am the one who brought water from the rock when there was no source. I am the one who raised the dead when life seemed finished. Is anything too hard for me? Is any situation beyond my reach? Is any delay beyond my control? No, my child. What seems impossible to you is simply the canvas on which I display my power. There will be moments when the enemy whispers that your faith is pointless, that your prayers are empty words, that your hope is foolish. He will try to make you measure me by what you see instead of by who I am. But I tell you, do not listen to the voice of fear. Listen to the voice of truth. My word does not return to me void. My promises do not expire. My covenant does not fail. I am teaching you to hope, not just for what I will do, but in who I am. Even if the answer looks different than you expected, even if the path unfolds in ways you did not plan, your hope will not be disappointed, because it is anchored in my goodness, not in a specific outcome. I know the end from the beginning, and I am leading you toward a future that is filled with my presence and my peace. You may feel small in a world that is loud. You may feel weak in battles that seem too great, but do not forget that my strength is made perfect in weakness. It is when you can no longer rely on yourself that you learn how firmly you can rely on me. And when you lean on me, you will not fall. When you trust in me, you will not be put to shame. When you wait on me, you will be renewed. I am renewing your strength even now. I am lifting the heaviness from your heart. I am replacing the spirit of despair with a garment of praise. I am turning your mourning into dancing, your sorrow into joy, your confusion into clarity. It may not happen all at once, but it will happen surely, because I am faithful and I am at work. One day you will look back at this season and see not only the pain, but the purpose. You will see how I carried you when you thought you were walking alone. You will see how I protected you from what you did not even know was a danger. You will see how I closed doors that would have led to destruction and opened paths that led to life. And your heart will overflow with gratitude, because you will realize that your anchor never slipped, not even for a moment. My child, your story is not ending in the storm. It is passing through it. Your life is not defined by the waves. It is defined by the one who rules the sea. Your hope is not misplaced. It is firmly planted in me, the living God, who cannot lie, who cannot fail, who cannot abandon his own. So hold fast, not with clenched fists of fear, but with open hands of trust. Let me be your security. Let me be your confidence. Let me be your peace. When your heart is troubled, come to me. When your strength is low, lean on me. When your vision is blurred by tears, let me lift your face and remind you who you are and whose you are. You are mine. You are loved. You are kept. You are guided. You are surrounded by my presence and upheld by my power. And as long as your hope is anchored in me, you will not be shaken, you will not be destroyed, and you will not be lost. For I am your anchor in the storm, your light in the darkness, your peace in the chaos, and your future in the midst of uncertainty. And I will lead you safely, faithfully, and lovingly all the way home. And even as the days unfold and time continues its steady march, I am teaching your heart a deeper truth. That hope anchored in me is not only for surviving the storm, but for learning to rest while the storm still rages. There is a peace I give that does not depend on calm circumstances. It flows from knowing that I am in control, that nothing has escaped my notice, and that no moment of your life is outside my loving hand. You may not always understand the path I lead you on. At times it may wind through valleys you did not choose and hills you did not expect to climb. But every step is known to me. Every turn is guided by my wisdom. I do not lead my children into places where my grace cannot sustain them. Where I guide, I provide. Where I allow a burden, I also release the strength to carry it. Where I permit a trial, I also prepare a victory. Hope anchored in me teaches your soul to wait without despair. Waiting is not wasted time in my kingdom. It is a season of preparation, a time when roots grow deep, when character is refined, when faith is strengthened. Just as a seed lies hidden in the soil before it breaks forth into life, so too your prayers and promises are at work beneath the surface. What you cannot yet see is already in motion. There are things I am doing in you that could not be done if the answer came too quickly. There are depths of trust that can only be formed when you must lean on me day by day. There is a maturity of spirit that grows only when you choose to believe, even when you do not yet see. And in all of this, your hope is not in vain. It is being anchored deeper, made stronger, secured more firmly in my truth. I know the moments when loneliness has whispered that you are forgotten. I know the times when discouragement has tried to convince you that your efforts are pointless. I know the nights when worry has robbed you of rest and your heart has cried out for relief. But hear me now, you are never alone. I am closer than your breath, nearer than your thoughts, more aware of your needs than you are yourself. I am the God who sees. I am the God who hears. I am the God who acts. Nothing about your life is insignificant to me. Not one prayer is ignored, not one struggle is dismissed, not one tear is unnoticed. And because I am faithful, you can trust that every promise I have spoken over you will come to pass in its appointed time. Hope anchored in me gives you courage to rise again when you have fallen. It gives you strength to stand when you feel weak. It gives you light to take the next step when the way ahead seems dark. You do not need to see the whole journey. You only need to trust the one who leads you. Step by step, I am guiding you. Moment by moment, I am sustaining you. Do not be afraid of the future, my child. The days ahead are not empty or random. They are filled with my purpose and my presence. Even the challenges that await you will serve to draw you closer to me and to reveal more of my glory in your life. I am not preparing trouble for you. I am preparing you for triumph. I am not shaping you for defeat. I am shaping you for destiny. One day, the very things that once made you weep will become the testimony that makes you worship. The valleys you walked through will become the places where my faithfulness shone the brightest. The prayers you whispered in weakness will become the songs you sing in victory. And you will know beyond any doubt that your hope was never misplaced because it was anchored in me. So lift up your head. Let your heart be encouraged. Let your spirit be strengthened. You are not drifting, you are anchored, you are not abandoned, you are held. You are not forgotten. You are cherished. And as long as you remain in me, trusting in my love and resting in my promises, your soul will stand secure, no matter how fierce the storm or how long the night. For I am the Lord your God, the one who holds your future, the one who guards your present, and the one who redeems your past. And I will never fail you. I will never leave you. I will never let the anchor of your hope be torn away. And now, my beloved, I draw you even closer to my heart, for there are depths of my love and faithfulness that you have not yet fully known. The anchor of your soul is not only secured by my power, but by my covenant love. I did not choose you lightly. I did not call you by accident. I set my affection upon you before you ever took your first breath, and I will not release you now. There are times when you feel as though your faith is small, as though your strength is fading, as though your hope is only a flickering flame. But even a small flame can light a great darkness when it is fed by the breath of my spirit. It is not the size of your faith that holds you. It is the strength of the one in whom your faith rests. And I am strong. I am unchanging. I am eternal. You have wondered if you can truly endure, if you can keep believing, if you can keep trusting when the road is long and the answers are slow. Yet I say to you, you are not enduring by your own might. My grace is sustaining you. My spirit is strengthening you. My hand is upholding you. What you call weakness, I call dependence. What you call exhaustion, I call a doorway to deeper rest in me. Hope anchored in me allows your soul to breathe, even in suffocating circumstances. It allows your heart to sing, even when the night is long. It allows your spirit to rise, even when your body feels weary. This is not a natural hope. It is a divine one. It is born of my promises, nurtured by my presence, and secured by my faithfulness. I know the questions that linger in your mind. I know the whys that have no easy answers. I know the prayers you have prayed again and again, wondering when you will see their fulfillment. But understand this, my ways are higher than your ways, and my thoughts are higher than your thoughts. What you see as delay, I see as divine timing. What you see as a closed door, I see as protection. What you see as a detour, I see as the path that will lead you safely to your destiny. I am not merely bringing you through a season, I am shaping you for a lifetime. I am teaching your heart to trust me when everything is clear, and also when everything is unclear. I am teaching you to hope not only when you feel strong, but even when you feel fragile. And as you learn to rest your full weight upon me, you will discover that I am more than enough. My child, the storms that have tested you have not destroyed you because I am your anchor. The disappointments that have wounded you have not defined you because I am your healer. The fears that have tried to overwhelm you have not conquered you because I am your peace. And the uncertainties that surround you have not stolen your future because I am your guide. One day, you will stand in a place of fulfillment and look back at this season with awe. You will see how every tear watered the soil of your faith. You will see how every struggle deepened your dependence on me. You will see how every unanswered question taught you to trust my heart, even when you could not trace my hand. And you will know that your hope was never in vain. Until that day, remain anchored, remain close, remain trusting. Let my word be your foundation. Let my spirit be your comfort. Let my promises be your song in the night. When your heart grows weary, come to me and I will give you rest. When your mind is troubled, come to me and I will give you peace. When your soul is heavy, come to me and I will lift you. For I am the God who holds the seas in the hollow of my hand, and I am the God who holds your heart with the same care. I am the God who commands the winds, and I am the God who whispers your name in love. I am the God who reigns in glory, and I am the God who walks with you in the valley. Your hope is safe with me. Your future is secure in me. Your life is hidden in me. And as long as your soul remains anchored in my truth and my love, you will stand, you will endure, and you will overcome. And now, my child, let your heart come to rest in this truth. Your hope is not floating in uncertainty. It is anchored in eternity. It is fastened to my promises, secured by my faithfulness, and held firm by my unchanging love. The storms you have faced did not destroy you, because your soul was never meant to be carried by the waves. It was meant to be held by me. When the world is shaking, I remain steady. When answers are delayed, I remain faithful. When your strength is small, my power is still great. And when your path is unclear, my hand is still guiding you. Nothing you have walked through has been wasted. Every tear, every prayer, every moment of waiting has been gathered into my perfect plan. Remember this always. Hope in me is not a fragile wish. It is a divine certainty. It is the assurance that I am working even when you cannot see it, that I am near even when you cannot feel it, and that I am faithful even when everything else seems to change. I am your anchor in every season, your refuge in every storm, your peace in every battle, and your future in every unknown. So rise with quiet confidence. Walk forward with holy assurance. Let your heart be steady, your spirit be strong, and your eyes be fixed on me. The waves may roar, but they will not overcome you. The night may linger, but the morning will surely come. The journey may be long, but you will not walk it alone. For I am with you, I am for you, I am within you, and I will carry you safely through every storm until the day you stand in the fullness of all I have promised. Your hope is secure, your soul is anchored, and your life is held forever in my hands. Like and share. If you believe in God,